We move to Oyo State, where youths have thronged the streets in protest. Of course, our correspondent Sarah Ayeku is on standby at this point. Now, Sarah, looking at the story that you earlier sent a report that police used tear gas to disperse the protesters. Give us an update on that.
Okay, so let me give you a picture of what happened a couple of minutes back. So the protesters had gathered from mile 12, which is not too far from here, since there was heavy security presence here at the Ganifa Wayme Park. And so they had gathered at mile 12, walking down to Ojota, the planned venue for the protest. And so what we see right now is that at that point, while they were protesting and chanting and placing their demands, asking the government to demanding good governance, at points they were asking the protesters not to move further. But as the protesters moved further, the police started firing tear gas. And so at a point we had to run into some streets at the other side of the road for safety, because we were not sure if live bullets were shot at a protester. So what we
All right, it's a live video and pictures from Ojota Axis sent in by TVC News Correspondent Sarah Ayeku. Of course, this video shows the police using tear gas to disperse protesters. Of course, our correspondent Sarah Ayeku is still with us here. Now, Sarah, you were giving us an update on the situation. Please continue.
So, of course, at scenes like this, you can understand that it will be a bit chaotic, because a lot of persons are tensed as to the number of security personnel that are here. So it's a bit chaotic, it's a bit tense, because earlier I had reported that there was a stoppage of vehicular movement, but now we can see that the police have dispersed the protesters. But we still see behind me some protesters have been able to come out from their hiding places to ensure that their demands are heard by the government. So for now, we're still having some protesters chanting just behind me here. They're still talking about what their demands are on a day like this. But it's ironic that it's Democracy Day, and some protesters have said that it's ironic that they cannot protest on Democracy Day. So that's what we've heard from the protesters so far. We still see heavy security presence here, stationed behind the camera and even behind me around the Ganifa Wayme Park, just to ensure that protesters do not gather at the Freedom Park.
All right, so I'm sure you've related with some of these protesters now. Tell us what they think about the situation that just happened.
You know, one thing that makes today significant and symbolic and different is the fact that if you remember what the struggle of June 12 has always been for, which is for democracy. And so we've seen that protesters are demanding that we practice. According to them, they are demanding that the government practices a democratic system of governance. They're also asking for restructuring. They're also asking for true federalism. They're also asking that the government protects lives and property, which is one of the major issues. Insecurity is one of the major issues that every region is facing right now. So a lot of them are just hammering on these demands and asking the government for good governance.
All right, Sarah Ayeku, we will join you later and get more updates on the situation in Ojota Axis as they come. Thank you very much, and please be safe.